Did you know that women process emotions differently than men, and it's not just because of society? What if I told you that understanding these psychological facts could change the way you see relationships, communication, and even yourself? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll see women and life in a whole new light. Stoicism isn't just about enduring hardship or staying calm in chaos. It's about understanding the world, the people in it, and how to navigate both with wisdom. Today, we're diving into 29 shocking psychological facts about women. Facts that will not only surprise you, but also help you build stronger, more meaningful connections. Whether you're a man trying to understand the women in your life, or a woman looking to understand yourself better, this video is for you. And trust me, by the end, you'll see why Stoicism and psychology go hand in hand. Let's face it, relationships can be complicated. Misunderstandings, miscommunications, and unmet expectations can create unnecessary tension. But what if a lot of that tension comes from not truly understanding how women think and feel? For centuries, Stoics have emphasized the importance of understanding human nature. Marcus Aurelius once said, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly." But he also said, "They are like this because they cannot tell good from evil." In other words, understanding others is the first step to peace. So what if we applied that same logic to understanding women? What if we could bridge the gap between how men and women think, feel, and communicate? That's exactly what we're going to do today. Fact number 1. Women are more likely to remember emotional details. Let's start with something fascinating. Women are more likely to remember emotional details than men. This isn't just a stereotype. It's science. Studies show that women's brains are wired to process emotions more deeply, which means they're more likely to remember how a situation made them feel. For example, if you had an argument with a woman 5 years ago, she might still remember exactly what was said and how it made her feel. Men, on the other hand, are more likely to remember the facts of the argument, but not the emotional weight behind it. So, what does this mean for you? If you're in a relationship, understanding this can help you communicate better. Instead of dismissing her feelings as overreacting, try to acknowledge them. A simple, "I understand why you feel that way," can go a long way. This is where Stoicism comes in. The Stoics believed in understanding human nature. Marcus Aurelius said, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly." But he also said, "They are like this because they cannot tell good from evil." In other words, understanding others is the first step to peace. So, when you acknowledge a woman's emotions, you're not just being kind, you're practicing Stoic wisdom. Fact number 2. Women are more likely to seek emotional support. Here's another interesting fact. Women are more likely to seek emotional support during tough times. This doesn't mean they're weaker, it means they process stress differently. While men might retreat or try to solve the problem on their own, women are more likely to talk about their feelings and seek comfort from others. This is where Stoicism can guide us. As a Stoic, you might be tempted to tough it out or avoid showing vulnerability. But remember, Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions. It's about understanding and managing them. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." So, if a woman in your life is going through a tough time, don't just offer solutions. Sometimes, all she needs is someone to listen. By being there for her, you're not just supporting her, you're practicing Stoic virtue. Fact number 3, women are more likely to pick up on nonverbal cues. Did you know that women are more likely to pick up on nonverbal cues? This means they're better at reading body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice. So, if you're trying to hide your emotions, chances are she already knows. This is where honesty comes in. As a Stoic, you value truth and integrity. So, instead of trying to mask your feelings, be upfront about them. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but it will build trust in the long run. Seneca once said, "A guilty conscience is a hidden enemy." In other words, hiding your true feelings only creates more tension. So, if a woman in your life senses something's off, don't deny it. Be honest, and you'll strengthen the relationship. Fact number 4. Women are more likely to multitask effectively. Here's something you might not know. Women are more likely to multitask effectively. This isn't just a stereotype, it's backed by research. Women's brains are wired to switch between tasks more easily, which is why they can juggle work, family, and social life without missing a beat. But here's the thing. Just because they can do it doesn't mean they should have to. As a Stoic, you understand the importance of balance and moderation. So, if you see a woman in your life taking on too much, offer to help. It's not about being a hero, it's about being a partner. Marcus Aurelius said, "What is not good for the hive is not good for the bee." In other words, when you support the people around you, everyone benefits. Fact number 5. Women are more likely to experience anxiety and depression. Let's talk about something serious. Women are more likely to experience anxiety and depression. This isn't to say that men don't struggle with mental health. They absolutely do. But studies show that women are more likely to be diagnosed with anxiety and depression, partly because they're more likely to seek help. This is where empathy comes in. As a Stoic, you might be tempted to say, "Just toughen up," or "It's all in your head." But remember, Stoicism isn't about dismissing pain, it's about understanding it. Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." So, if a woman in your life is struggling, offer support without judgment. Sometimes just being there is enough. Fact number 6. Women are more likely to value emotional intimacy. Here's a fact that might change the way you think about relationships. Women are more likely to value emotional intimacy over physical intimacy. This doesn't mean they don't enjoy physical connection. It just means they need emotional connection to feel truly close to someone. So, if you're in a relationship, don't just focus on the physical aspect. Take the time to connect on a deeper level. Ask her how she's feeling, what she's thinking, and what she needs from you. This doesn't just apply to romantic relationships, it applies to friendships and family relationships too. As a Stoic, you understand the importance of meaningful connections. Seneca said, "One of the most beautiful qualities of true friendship is to understand and to be understood." So, strive to understand the women in your life, and you'll build stronger, more meaningful relationships. Fact number 7. Women are more likely to apologize unnecessarily. Here's something you might not have noticed. Women are more likely to apologize, even when they're not at fault. This might seem like a small thing, but it's actually a big deal. Women are often socialized to be peacekeepers, which means they're more likely to apologize to avoid conflict. But here's the thing. Constantly apologizing can take a toll on self-esteem. As a Stoic, you understand the importance of self-respect. So, if you notice a woman in your life apologizing unnecessarily, gently remind her that she doesn't have to. Encourage her to stand up for herself and set boundaries. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." So, help her find that strength, and you'll both grow. Fact number 8. Women are more likely to remember important dates. Ever wonder why women seem to remember anniversaries, birthdays, and other important dates? It's not just because they're better at remembering. It's because they place a higher value on these moments. For women, these dates aren't just about the event itself. They're about the emotional significance behind it. So, if you're in a relationship, don't just brush off these dates as no big deal. Take the time to acknowledge them. It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. Sometimes, just remembering is enough. As a Stoic, you understand the importance of gratitude and mindfulness, so use these moments to show appreciation and strengthen your connection. Fact number 9. Women are more likely to seek social connections. Here's something you might not know. Women are more likely to seek out social connections. This doesn't mean they're clingy or needy. It means they value relationships and community. As a Stoic, you understand the importance of human connection. So, if a woman in your life wants to spend time with friends or family, don't see it as a distraction. Instead, see it as an opportunity to strengthen your own relationships. Marcus Aurelius said, "What is good for the hive is good for the bee." In other words, when you support the people around you, everyone benefits. Fact number 10. Women are more likely to express gratitude. Here's a fact that might inspire you. Women are more likely to express gratitude. Studies show that women are more likely to say thank you and show appreciation for the people in their lives. This is something we can all learn from. As a Stoic, you understand the importance of gratitude. So, take a page out of their book and make it a habit to express gratitude, not just for the big things, but for the small things too. Seneca said, "Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others." So practice gratitude, and you'll not only improve your relationships, you'll also become a better person. Fact number 11. Women are more likely to trust their intuition. Have you ever heard the phrase, "trust your gut"? Well, women are more likely to do just that. Studies show that women often rely on their intuition when making decisions, whether it's about relationships, work, or even everyday choices. This isn't some mystical power. It's their brain's ability to pick up on subtle cues and patterns that might not be immediately obvious. As a Stoic, you might be more inclined to rely on logic and reason, and that's great. But there's also value in trusting your instincts. After all, Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If your thoughts are grounded in both reason and intuition, you'll make better decisions overall. So the next time a woman in your life says, "I just have a feeling about this," don't dismiss it. There might be more to it than you think. Fact number 12. Women are more likely to forgive, but not forget. Here's something you might not know. Women are more likely to forgive, but that doesn't mean they forget. This is where emotional memory comes into play again. While they might forgive a mistake or a hurtful action, they're also more likely to remember it as a lesson. For Stoics, forgiveness is a key part of living a virtuous life. Seneca once said, "Anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it." So if you've wronged a woman in your life, don't just assume that an apology will erase everything. Take the time to understand why what you did hurt her and show through your actions that you've learned from the experience. Forgiveness is a two-way street, and it's built on trust and growth. Fact number 13. Women are more likely to seek balance in relationships. Balance is a big deal for women. Whether it's balancing work and family or emotional and physical intimacy, women often strive for harmony in their relationships. This ties back to Stoicism in a big way. The Stoics believed in living a life of balance and moderation, avoiding extremes and finding the middle path. So, if you're in a relationship with a woman, pay attention to how she seeks balance. Is she feeling overwhelmed? Is there an area where she needs more support? By aligning yourself with her need for balance, you're not just helping her, you're practicing Stoic principles in your own life. Fact number 14. Women are more likely to express vulnerability. Expressing vulnerability isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. Women are more likely to open up about their fears, doubts, and struggles, and this can create deeper connections. As a Stoic, you might be tempted to hide your own vulnerabilities, but remember, Stoicism isn't about being invincible, it's about being human. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." So, if a woman in your life is being vulnerable with you, meet her with the same openness. It's in those moments of honesty that true connection is built. Fact number 15. Women are more likely to prioritize emotional safety. Emotional safety is a big deal for women. They want to feel safe expressing their thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment or rejection. This is something Stoics can really relate to. After all, Stoicism teaches us to create a safe space within ourselves, a place where we can process our emotions without being overwhelmed by them. So, if you want to build trust with a woman, prioritize her emotional safety. Listen without interrupting, validate her feelings, and avoid being dismissive. When she feels safe with you, the relationship will flourish. Fact number 16. Women are more likely to value communication over silence. Silence might be golden, but for women, communication is often more valuable. Women are more likely to want to talk things out, whether it's a disagreement or a shared joy. This doesn't mean they're being dramatic. It means they value connection through words. As a Stoic, you might prefer to process things internally, but there's also value in expressing yourself. Remember, Marcus Aurelius kept a journal to reflect on his thoughts and feelings. So, if a woman in your life wants to talk, see it as an opportunity to connect, not a chore. Communication is the bridge that connects two people, and without it, misunderstandings can grow. Fact number 17. Women are more likely to notice small details. Ever wonder why women seem to notice things you don't? It's because they're more likely to pay attention to small details, whether it's a change in your tone of voice or a new decoration in the room. This attention to detail isn't just about being observant, it's about caring. As a Stoic, you can learn from this. Paying attention to the little things shows that you're present and engaged. So, the next time a woman points out something you missed, don't brush it off. Take it as a reminder to be more mindful in your own life. Fact number 18. Women are more likely to seek meaning in experiences. Women often look for meaning in their experiences, whether it's a conversation, a relationship, or a life event. This search for meaning is something Stoics can deeply relate to. After all, Stoicism is all about finding purpose and living a meaningful life. So, if a woman in your life is reflecting on an experience or trying to make sense of something, join her in that exploration. Ask questions, share your own thoughts, and see it as an opportunity to grow together. Meaning isn't something you find, it's something you create. Fact number 19. Women are more likely to value emotional connection over material gifts. Here's a truth bomb. Women are more likely to value emotional connection over material gifts. This doesn't mean they don't appreciate a thoughtful present. It just means they place a higher value on the emotional bond you share. As a Stoic, you understand that material things are temporary, but relationships are lasting. So, if you want to show a woman you care, focus on the connection, not the gift. Spend quality time together, have meaningful conversations, and show her that she's valued for who she is, not what she has. Fact number 20. Women are more likely to be empathetic listeners. Empathy is a superpower, and women are more likely to have it. They're often better at putting themselves in someone else's shoes and offering support. This is something Stoics can learn from. While Stoicism teaches us to focus on our own actions, it also emphasizes the importance of understanding others. So, if a woman in your life is listening to you with empathy, take a moment to appreciate it. And if you want to strengthen your own relationships, practice being a more empathetic listener. Sometimes, all someone needs is to feel heard. Fact number 21. Women are more likely to seek long-term commitment. Women are more likely to seek long-term commitment in relationships, whether it's romantic, platonic, or familial. This isn't about being clingy, it's about valuing stability and connection. As a Stoic, you understand the importance of commitment. After all, Stoicism is about living a life of purpose and integrity. So, if a woman in your life is looking for commitment, see it as an opportunity to build something meaningful. Commitment isn't a burden, it's a foundation. Fact number 22. Women are more likely to express affection verbally. Words matter, and women are more likely to express affection through them. Whether it's saying, "I love you," or giving a heartfelt compliment, verbal expressions of affection are important to women. As a Stoic, you might be more inclined to show affection through actions, and that's great. But don't underestimate the power of words. A simple, "I appreciate you," can go a long way in strengthening a relationship. Fact number 23. Women are more likely to seek emotional validation. Emotional validation is a big deal for women. They want to feel understood and acknowledged, especially when they're sharing their feelings. As a Stoic, you might be tempted to offer solutions or advice, but sometimes all they need is validation. A simple, "I understand why you feel that way," can make a world of difference. Remember, Stoicism isn't about fixing everything, it's about understanding and accepting what is. Fact number 24. Women are more likely to be influenced by social connections. Women are more likely to be influenced by their social connections, whether it's friends, family, or colleagues. This isn't about being easily swayed, it's about valuing the opinions of those they trust. As a Stoic, you understand the importance of surrounding yourself with good influences. So if a woman in your life is seeking advice or input from others, don't see it as a lack of independence. See it as a sign that she values the people in her life. Fact number 25. Women are more likely to value emotional honesty. Honesty is the best policy, and women are more likely to value emotional honesty. They want to know where they stand and how you truly feel. As a Stoic, you understand the importance of truth and integrity. So, if a woman in your life is asking for honesty, don't shy away from it. Be clear, be kind, and be truthful. Honesty builds trust, and trust is the foundation of any strong relationship. Fact number 26. Women are more likely to seek personal growth. Personal growth is a big deal for women. They're more likely to seek out opportunities for self-improvement, whether it's through education, therapy, or new experiences. This is something Stoics can deeply relate to. After all, Stoicism is all about becoming the best version of yourself. So, if a woman in your life is focused on personal growth, support her in that journey, and take it as an opportunity to reflect on your own growth as well. Fact number 27. Women are more likely to value quality over quantity. Whether it's relationships, experiences, or possessions, women are more likely to value quality over quantity. This is a Stoic principle in action. The Stoics believed in focusing on what truly matters and letting go of the rest. So, if a woman in your life is prioritizing quality, take it as a reminder to do the same. Life isn't about having more, it's about having what matters. Fact number 28. Women are more likely to seek emotional closure. Emotional closure is important to women. They want to resolve conflicts, understand what went wrong, and move forward with clarity. As a Stoic, you understand the importance of closure too. After all, holding on to unresolved emotions can weigh you down. So, if a woman in your life is seeking closure, don't avoid the conversation. Face it with honesty and openness. Closure isn't about winning or losing, it's about finding peace. Fact number 29. Women are more likely to inspire others. Last but not least, women are more likely to inspire others. Whether it's through their strength, kindness, or resilience, women have a unique ability to motivate those around them. As a Stoic, you understand the power of inspiration. After all, the Stoics themselves were inspired by the wisdom of those who came before them. So, if a woman in your life inspires you, let her know. Gratitude and acknowledgement are powerful tools for building strong relationships. Now let's talk about the most important fact of all. Women, just like men, are human beings with their own thoughts, feelings, and desires. It's easy to get caught up in stereotypes or generalizations, but at the end of the day, every woman is unique. As a Stoic, your goal isn't to figure women out, it's to understand them as individuals. Because when you do that, you're not just building better relationships, you're becoming a better person. So what have we learned today? We've explored 29 psychological facts about women, from how they process emotions to how they build relationships. But more importantly, we've seen how these facts connect to Stoic principles like empathy, understanding, and self-improvement. Whether you're a man or a woman, these insights can help you navigate relationships with more wisdom and compassion. Remember, Stoicism isn't about being emotionless. It's about understanding emotions and using that understanding to live a better life. If you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button and check out the next video. Trust me, you won't want to miss it.